his father had a picture of his mother that he never saw her picture.
That was
And
my
he
first
had,
time
see,
seeing my mother. You see these my ears, they are big, and the way they are big, the way they are, the structure, the same is on him, and I was like, damn it, that's him. Finally,
it
you
might be
see
him.
the way you find things when you are not looking for them. I was like, in a moment, and then I remembered the prophetess. In a moment when I have stopped looking for him, I don't even care about him anymore. I don't care even if I had a father or whatever. I don't care about it. Those kind of things anymore. I've closed that chapter in my life. And then it pops up.
It's a big book with everybody's name and phone numbers and address. So if you're looking for a friend, an old-time friend, and you have her name, you can just search by alphabetical order.
Just like a dictionary.
Yeah, like a dictionary, but with the names, and you'll find the phone number and the address. Except if that person asked to be on a red list. Red list is that you can, he or her name, her or his name will not be in that book, because some people don't want to be bothered by adverts or things like that. Yeah. So some people are not on that list. So we had internet, because I said it was a long time ago, but at least there was internet. So I went on on the site of these pages, pageblanche.fr. I typed his name and printed the list of people who had the same name. And there was 30. I still have it here. It's in the bag.
NBI has started work.
FBI.
When a woman wants to know something.
So I printed it, and there was 30, and I was like, yeah, 30 is a lot. So what I'll do, we're not in the rush. So what I'll do, I'll call 5 people every day and see if we'll find him or not. So at that time, Kwame was in Ghana. We were already married, and I came back to France. So I told him, so yeah, are you okay with that and stuff? And he said, yeah. At that time, he was already a grown-up man.
Honestly,
and he was,
yeah. Honestly, if I'm to put it right, like put it in right words, I didn't give a. I didn't
about it anymore.
I mean, I didn't care about it anymore. I've forgotten about it. I mean, I just tell it as a story, as I'm saying right now, and done. I trash it. I go my way. You get it.
But as I told him, it's like, at least just like see the man, like just to see him, who he is, where he comes from, for you to know like your background or something. Even if you know that now he can't help you anymore, you did everything by your own, but at least you'll see who he is.
He really is.
So so he said, okay, do it. So call them. And I said, yeah, so now if I call him, what do I say? What do I tell him on the phone and stuff? And he said, yeah, just tell him the truth. And I said, no, if I tell him the truth, he's going to be like, it's going to be so weird and stuff. So I have to create a story or something. So I said, I'm going to tell him that I'm a journalist. I'm looking for people who worked in Africa, French people who worked in Africa in the 80s and stuff. And yeah, and he said, okay. So I called one. Yeah, hello, my name is blah, blah, blah. I work for an association and stuff, and I'm looking for people who worked in Africa. So have you ever worked in Africa in the 80s? So the first one said, oh, no, never. The other one said, oh, I wish I had, but no, I never been there. There's one who didn't pick, so that one I circled it to call him another day. And then the fourth one, no, yeah, I called 5 because I was like, oh, it's not that long, because they just tell me no when I hang up. So let me do 6, and then tomorrow I'll do it. So 6. The 6th one I call, yeah, my name is Amma. So have you worked in Africa in the 80s? And he said, yes. I was like, my heart. I felt like so, I was so shocked. I was like, okay, it might be a coincidence.
Maybe
so yeah, so I said, okay, so were you in Ghana or in Ivory Coast? Or because I didn't want to say the exact place.
place.
Yeah,
It
because
was scare him.
yeah, no, even like no, to me, I didn't think it would scare him. I was like, maybe he's gonna lie. Some people feel bored and like he would be like, oh yeah, 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 and lie to me. So I gave him these two countries, and he said, yeah, I was in Africa in 1982 or something
Cote d'Ivoire.
in Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, yeah, and that's where his parents met.
That's where, yeah. That's where my mom used to live. And then
And
that's where she met him.
and then I told him okay, let me call you back in French, and he was like, okay. And he was like very kind, very calm. I mean, if someone calls me and asks me questions like that, I'll be like, yeah, what's wrong with you? Like,
Right.
what? No, yeah, who are you? Like, tell me why? Like, don't just hang up like that. You ask me questions, I answered, and you don't tell me the reason why you're asking me all that. But he was like, okay, no problem, call back anytime and stuff. And then I called Kwame. Where were you when I called you?
I was actually, I think I was in a VIP bus by then.
Yeah.
I was traveling, I was in the bus, I was traveling to go on a
shoot a
set to
movie.
go and shoot a movie.
Yeah. So I called him and I said, Kwame, I think I found your father. And he was like, how? I said, I called 6 people and there's one who told me that he worked in Ivory Coast in the 80s. I think it's him. And he said, okay, so like, what did he
next?
say? And I said, I didn't talk, I just hanged up. And he said, yeah, so what do you do? Are you going to call him back or what? I said, yeah, but now what do I say? And he said, you said you wanted to lie. You lied. So now
What else?
And he said, yeah, just tell him the truth and let's see if he wants to go through, to know me or not. I said, okay. So I called back and I told the man that, yeah, so this is my real name. And I'm very sorry. I don't work for any association or anything. It's just that I got married to a man who lives in Ghana and he has your name and stuff. And I think that my husband is your son. And he said, okay. So yeah, I met a Ghanaian lady when I was in Ivory Coast. Her name is Matilda, and she wrote a letter telling me that she was pregnant and stuff. So I replied, and I never heard from her anymore. So I don't know what happened to her. Nothing. So yeah, it's possible. That's crazy.
You know, after telling me, I mean, after she told me and went back to speak to the man again, that was when I started thinking. I was like, hey, finally.
It might be.
You see,
him.
The way you find things when you are not looking for them. I was like, in a moment, and then I remembered the prophetess. In a moment when I have stopped looking for him, I don't even care about him anymore. I don't care even if I had a father or whatever. I don't care about it. Those kind of things anymore. I've closed that chapter in my life. And then it pops up. True, my FBI wife who decided to. So imagine if she's going through your phone. You're doomed. And it was that moment, I think it sparked something within me. It ignited something within me again. That brought my mind to it again. And I started, this kind of yearning to, now I wanted to know more. Now I wanted to know him. Now I wanted to,
And it was very emotional because like he's you're like him.
Yeah.
Like he was very kind, very calm, and very like talkative. There was a moment I didn't have anything else to say. I didn't know what to say, and he was talking, explaining to me how it was and everything. It was like I was speaking to someone I always knew.
So she was actually getting a first-hand message that I should be having.
Yeah, because
something I should be having.
I'm the FBI, so he has to. And then he said, yeah, okay, so where is he now? Can I speak to him? And I told him, no, we just got married, so I came back to France. He's in Ghana and stuff. And he said, okay, so tell him to call me. And I told him, Papa, from Africa, we don't call Europe like that. It's very expensive and stuff. So like,
I'm gonna call you and the credit
yeah.
And
he said, okay, no problem. So give me his number. And at that time, it wasn't like now that you just take someone's number, you call on WhatsApp and you can speak hours with that person. He had to call with his own line because he's not someone who calls in Africa. He doesn't know there are cards with a code on it, and you have like 15 minutes to call. Like people from our generation know what we're talking about. I don't know if that still exists now. But yeah. So he said, yeah, just give me his number and I'll call him and stuff. So I gave him the number. I told him it's +233 and stuff. And I told him, okay, so like we'll talk later. So I called back Kwame. Kwame, it's him. He told me this. He told me that. And blah, blah,
She
blah.
was so like, I mean, I'm supposed to be the one who has to be that excited and be saying, "Oh, you found this man," and she was rather the one who has been. I mean,
and then he said, wait, there's a foreign number calling me. I think it's him.
Yeah.
Like the guy, the man. Sorry, the man called him
Right
straight away.
So that's you see, basically that's how I found my biological father. Let me put it right. That's how she found my biological father for me. And this is one of the things that makes me so grateful to her for the things that she's been doing for me. I mean, she's been a blessing for me. Ever since I met her, my life has never been the same. It has always been like this, you know. It has always been progressive. She's always been a blessing unto me. And I keep on saying it and saying it and saying it. Whenever she sets her mind on something, she's gonna get it, no matter what it is. So the best I can do is to also be a good man to her, which I'm doing it, I think, very well. Am I?
You are, of course.
But why did you do the eye like
I
this?
didn't do the eye. You people, please.
She was like,
tell him I didn't.
She was like, you are, of course. When an African woman does that, you are, of course. So
yeah, and yeah, so it was something like very, very, very emotional, and especially when we met, because we had the opportunity to meet him when Kwame came to France. Yeah,
traveled there,
like I think
spent
it's
2
like
weeks there.
3 weeks after or something.
3 weeks after I got to France,
Yeah.
we traveled to his place. She lived far. We were at the south, and she is around north. He is around northern part of France. So it was quite a long journey. We picked train and everything, and then we got there. And seeing him for the first time, I mean, he was so welcoming.
But did you realize that you're like him, you look like him?
The moment that made me know that it can't be anybody but him was when I looked at his ears. You see these my ears, they are big, and the way they are big, the way they are, the structure, the same is on him. And I was like, damn it, that's him.
And you guys have the same passion, photography.
The same passion.
You guys like talking. They were talking.
We can talk the whole
I went to
night.
sleep because
we can talk and we never get tired talking.
Yeah.
We love talking. He loves talking. I love talking. And to also realize that his place is full of art. And whilst growing up, I was doing arts, visual arts and stuff like that. I was doing all of these things as well, and full of art. And he's passionate about photography. That's what he was even doing. That's what brought him to Africa. And I've been doing photography till date, and I'm so passionate about it as well. I'm like,
you didn't know where that passion came from.
And I didn't even know where it came from. I mean, it just came out along the line.
That's crazy.
Not knowing, it's in the blood. You get it. So spent about 2 weeks with him.
And the top of it, like the surprise in that is that his father had a picture of his mother that he never saw her picture.
That was my first time seeing my mother. My first time seeing because when I saw my mom for the first time, she was sick. She was very ill. That you can't put a figure to it. You can't tell who she really was. She was very ill. So she wasn't in the right state.
And you were like 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years and stuff like that. So he went in and said, hey, I have a picture of your mom. I would love to give it to you if you don't have anything.
It was in between the...
She's really saved it. She's decorated his house with it. And every gift my mom bought for him, he kept all the gifts. He kept all of it. About 4 of them. There is this African Ekriaba. I will put it on the screen. You can see it. Ekriaba and those kind of stuff, African artifacts and stuff like that. That he asked me to pick them and go with it because these are the only things that my mom left behind. I didn't get a chance to meet my mom, so he will love me to take them. But I refused. I told him, no, I'm not taking this from you. This is the only thing she left for her love, and I'm not going to take that. So, I mean, it lives with you. She gave them to you. And then, I left them with him. But the picture, I mean, I took pictures of it and stuff like that, which I have till date.
Every time the kids say, yeah, you look, they say, I look like his mom.
And you look at the picture, you look at her, there is a bit of resemblance here and there and stuff like that. Yeah. So that is how I found my biological dad. Yeah. Through this amazing woman who made it possible. God bless you.
Bless you too. So yeah, so today was a very
quite emotional
video that we wanted to share with you guys. And the message behind it is that never give up, and
continue living your life. I mean, you see, there are certain things in life I've noticed that
everything happens for a reason.
For a reason, you can fight for certain things, but it will never come. Sometimes learn to let go of certain things. If it is meant to be, it will be.
Yeah.
I let it go. And because it was meant to be, it came naturally.
On God's time, every time, on God's time.
I mean, it became beautiful. May the Lord bless you for passing through. If we don't stop, it's going to turn out to be a preaching session. It's becoming teary. I don't want to drop a tear. So
he's going to prophesy on you guys.
It's going to be well with you. Hallelujah. I know. Have a nice day. Okay?
Have a nice day. Thank you
for watching. Subscribe, share for us, comment for us, and God bless you for always supporting Beth's family in the Love Kitchen. Yeah, I'm changing the name of this place because we always do it in the kitchen.
The next one won't be in the kitchen.
In the Love Kitchen. God bless you guys.
God bless you. Bye.